Hello everyone. In this video, we will see what is low code plugin, and we will see a little bit theory about it, and then we will see a demo about it. So let's proceed. So low code plugin currently which is released, it is a kind of preview feature as of now. It is not yet fully released for the production use. So there's some development and enhancement is going on. So why we use the low code plugin, and what is the intention to have the low code plugin is so that we can make the reusable code. Then it will be kind of the real time workflow that executes the specific set of commands within the dataverse. And these low code plugins, it runs in the server side, and we can trigger it on any personalized event handler. So the local plugins are stored in the database, so that when it is in the database, then we can use it or consume it into the Power Apps and the Power Automate flows. Okay, so the behavior of the workflow is defined using the fx expression. So the low code means here the fx expression. So all the logic what we build inside the plugin, we have to write in the power fx expressions language, and can directly connect with the database business data. And in the fx expression, we have the tendency to connect to the database tables and those things. We can connect to those business data, and also the external source through the Power Platform connectors. With the low-code plugins, makers can rapidly construct the complex workflow with the minimum coding expertise, and resulting in the more streamlined and efficient data architecture of this low-code plugin. So, what is the benefit of having the low-code plugin? So it increases the security. Why? Because this low code plugin is stored in the database, and it runs on the server side. So having this server side running capability, so it prevent the unauthorized access to the sensitive data or the process. Unlike if we have some JavaScript code, when we write on the client side, then those code will get exposed to the client, and then those data can be exposed. So to having that in consideration, so it is better to have those logics, as much logic in the server side, so that it prevent the access to the some sensitive data. The next point is it improves the performance, of course, since it runs in the server side. So the data translation transfer between the client side to the server side, it is very few, because most of the logic is developed in the server side code related. So no need to pass most of the data from the client form to the server, because those data can be retrieved in the server level itself, and then we can process it. So that is why the transfer of the data between the client and the server is very few, and this is where it will result in the faster processing. Next is a consistency and the reliability. The consistency applied across all the clients, so it will reduce the risk of the error or any inconsistencies. Then easier to maintenance and upgrade, of course, since it is server side running capability, so we can maintain it and update it. So changes can be made in one place, then it will have the effect to the multiple clients, right? Something like that. So you don't have to make the changes for the client specific. So it is like that. Then scalability, of course, when it is server side, so we can scale it more easily rather than the client side logic, and allowing the better performance and handling of the large workloads. So I hope this was the few points on the local plugin. There are some other points we can see. So what are the different type of plugins? So these low code plugins, we are having basically two types. One is the instant, another is the automated. So the instant type of plugins are those which we can run it manually. In other words, if we say, then we have the workflows and actions right in Dynamics, which is the native capability. So those actions and workflow, we can run it on demand, right? On when we try to run it manually, then we can take it. So like that, the plugins also having the capability. We can configure the plugin for the manual run, and when we have the plugin kind of manual run, then similar to the actions or the workflows, we have the parameters there, right? Input parameters and output parameters. So here also in the plugin we have the input parameter and the output parameters, and these are the few data types which supports on the input and output parameters. Also there is a where it will support to global, like global in the sense it is irrespective of the entity specific or the table specific or the table specific. So it is currently a similar way the actions we have. Action supports in the global scope and the entity or table level scope. Same way this instant plugin also supports the global and the table specific. Next is automated. So this is definitely based on some event specific. So the event will be on any of the table or the entity. So it is trigger point will be the dataverse table events, and there is no need to have parameters because the data what we want to use it, we can have there from the record where it is triggered, right? So we can have that those informations there, so no need to have parameters here. And also it definitely supports have it is supporting only the table specific, so it is there is no scope of having the global for the automated. So I hope this you understood this structure. If you know the workflows and actions how it is built, and on those actions and workflow the custom web APIs are built. So if you know those concepts, then this low code plugin is similar to that, so we can understand the structure of this low code plugin. So then how to configure it and what and all we need. So there is one dataverse accelerator app that we need to configure. So I'll show you the step how we can do that. So this is the first thing we need to configure to design the low code plugin, and what are the roles we need to have the access to configure it. So you need to have the system admin or the system customizer security role, and also the access to the this dataverse accelerator app. So this app you will get installed when you enable your dataverse accelerator in your environment. So there are a few limitations with the low code plugin, obviously. So since it is a new and enhancing, so there are a few limitations. One is the environment setup. So like when we create any plugin on particular object and we have used that object into the canvas app, so every time when we add the new plugin on that object, then from the canvas app we have to remove and re-add those objects, so it will not automatically refresh there. So this is the one environment setup limitations in this. Next is table referencing. So since we use the fx expressions, right, to write the logic, so there are the fx expressions, the way we write to access the tables, we have to use like at the rate table name, something like that, to particular target the particular table, so that it will avoid the any ambiguity and it will give the clarity of the which table you want to access the data from. Okay. Next is limited functionality. Obviously, so the plugins are limited for calling the Microsoft first party actions only as of now. So the custom or any third party actions are not yet supported. So this is the one of the big limitation I would say, but it will be improved. Next is data manipulations. In some cases, the patch will be used to do the data manipulation. So basically, if we have the Canvas app where we use the collect, right, to refresh the data and do those ones, if it is not supporting those ones, then we go for the patch. So here also we have the similar functionality here. Next is connector interaction. So yeah, this is the limitations when we use the connectors to the dataverse, right, when we use this connector to use into Canvas app, and these connectors can be controlled by the admin, and when the admin will disable the connectors, then still it will be using it. So we to disable it permanently, we have to go to the organization setting, and then using this options we have to disable the connector. So in that way we can disable all the connectors which is using this one in from the any app. So this is the a few limitations on the low code plugin. So next let's see the demo. Here I have login to the admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com. Here when we go to your environment, so we have to make sure first of all in this step, as we have seen, we need to we need to install this dataverse accelerator app, right? So for that you can install the app from here. You can go to the your admin, then from the Dynamics 365 or you have 365 apps, and then you can download the download or sorry install the accelerator dataverse app. Otherwise you can go to the app source .microsoft.com and you can search the dataverse accelerator and you can get it now. So when you try to get it now, it will ask you to sign in. You can sign in with the Dynamics account here with this one, and once you sign in, then automatically it will be a start installing, and then you can see this app available in your app list. So make sure you have installed this dataverse accelerator in your particular environment where you want to develop the low code plugin, and this app is visible to you. So I have done the setup, so this is very simple. Once you've done that, this app will be visible. Once we have seen here, we will go to that, so we can get the plugin from here. But before I go and create the plugin, so let me tell you the solution which I have already created. So here in this environment I have created already one solution. So I will be, this is my solution, so I will be adding the new component of the local plugin in this solution. So okay, so this is the home page, home of this dataverse accelerator. So here we have the two options of the plugin. One is the create instant plugin, another is create automated plugin. So instant, we know, like when we try to run it manually or consume through the other way, like using the Power Automate Flow or Canvas apps, then we go for the instant plugin. It is something like reusable kind of plugin where you want to consume from the different platforms. So different way, different forms or different locations, then we go for the instant plugin. And the automated plugins are something when we know the event on the particular table, we design it and then we automate the process on that. So here in the demo I will be taking one example. So in the I will create one instant plugin which will send the email when I'll try to run it. So it will send the email to the one of the contact, something like that. So let's create the new instant plugin here. So going to create the new instant plugin, give this name dnlb, uh, send email to contact instant. Okay, so you can see you can have the input parameters, you can design the input and output parameter. That is why in the case of the instant plugin we have the supported parameters input and output, and we are having the scope as global and the table. So you can define your plugin on the table specific or the global specific. So I'm going to select the one input parameter. I'm going to take this as an entity reference and I will run on the contact entity. So I'm going to search on the contact. So since I will send the emails to contact, I'll set it, and then I'm going to give this name as a my contact. Okay, then here in the expression box we can write the powerfx query, powerfx expression, which will do the automations of your thing. So you can use your input parameters here, and then you can set the value to the output parameters. You can configure. So you can see in the output parameters we are having these many data types only supported, but the input we are having one extra, which is the entity reference. Okay, so next is I'm going to show you the code which already have developed. So I'm going to set it here. This is the code already I have written. So copy this one. Okay, so here it will send, this is the powerfx expression which will send the emails, and to send the emails I'm using the email template, and then the email template name is this one, and then we are having the contact as a regarding object, and on this contact I'm going to send the email from this my account ID to this contact, something like that. So this is the very simple expression. So let me tell you this email template which already I have set up here. So I'll go to the, one second, here in the environment. Okay, I'll go to the advanced setting and I'll show you the email template which already I have configured. Okay, so here in the setting we go to the templates and then we have the email templates here. So already I have configured the two email template, one for the instant, another for the automation. So this two email template I will be using to send the email. So this is the design, very simple I have kept. So we will send this message, email template message, to the contact. Okay, so this is the details. So description, subject, and this is the body. So we will send this email. So for that one, as we have seen in dataverse, here already we have sent this one. Okay, so we are looking for the templates, email templates. Start with the name of this instant, then we are having the email template object here, or the record here, and then my contact is nothing but the contact ID which I'll pass to of this to the input parameter, and then the email which will be sent from the user, which is nothing but the system user, and which is having the email ID, this one, to the email which is having the from the contact on which I want to send. Okay, so it is very simple. So let's save it. So when you save, you will see that it will be creating the one custom web API. So this is nothing but it is getting transformed into the custom web API, and that custom web API we can consume from the any source, right? So we can I can show you through the Power Automate flow we can consume it. So you can see the plugin validator is saved. We can test it. So before I go to create this one into the Power Automate, how to consume it, let's test it. So I'm going to open this one, environment. Okay, I'll change from here. One second. I'll just go into the one of the contact on which I will send the email. So trying to find out. Okay. Okay, so I will take the custom only this app. Here we can have the contacts. Okay, so this is the contact. We have to make sure the contact is having the email ID, because this plugin will be sent on the contact which is having the email field here, right? So it should have the email IDs associated. So I will take this example on this one, so which is having the email value associated, and the ID of this one we need to pass it. So I'll copy this ID and we'll test it. So here we will start the test. So you can see it is asking the my contact, and value will be the unique ID of the contact. So we can set the GUID of this contact and run it. It's giving error. Same property name cannot be empty. Okay, so it has been successfully sent. So to test it, I will open the advanced find, and we can check it from here if the email messages is created. Okay, email messages created on today. Okay, so this is the email message which is created just now. So this email messages is having the body and the subject which is coming from the template. So we have sent to this contact, the subject is coming from this email template, and this is subject from the instant email template. So like that we can, and this is your regarding contact from which we have to which we have sent the email. So I hope this is clear to you now, how to configure the instant kind of plugin. So like that, you can configure. But this here the tricky point is this expressions that we built it. So we understand the power fx expressions to write the logic in the instant plugins. Now to consume into the Power Automate flow. So to do that, let me create the new cloud flow here into my solution. I'll go to the new automation. I'm going to create this as a instant cloud flow, and in the cloud flow, to consume this one, so we have to use the perform unbound action. So like that, we have to select those operations of the dynamics, because this will be exposed, this kind of plugin will be exposed as a bound or unbound kind of web API, which we can consume through the Power Automate or the Canvas app. Okay, selecting the manual triggered, and then I'm going to add here perform unbound. Okay, perform unbound or bound, we can select the, currently we will select the bound because it is specific to the table here, right, on the contact. I think it will be not the contact table, contacts. Okay, let's check if it is available. dnlb. Okay, there is no this available. Okay, I think it will be unbound, so I'll delete this one, select the new dataverse and perform unbound action, and here we can search dnlb. You can see now the send to constraint email is available. Now when you select this action here, then it is asking the contact ID to pass. So anything we create as an instant plugin, it will be available with that name as an unbound one, and we can consume through the Power Automate flow like that. So I hope this was clear now. So let's create the another plugin which will be for the automation. So for the automated plugin, we can, it will be a specific to the table obviously. So as we have seen, automated plugins are on the event of the table, and then it does not support any parameter, but it will be having the table as supported. So we have to associate with one of the table. So we can select the any table on which you want to trigger the plugin, and here I'm going to give this name dnlb send email on contact created. Okay, and then I have selected the table as a contact. When the contact is created, it will do that. The expression already I have built, I have taken this expression, so I'll copy this one and paste here. So this is the expression, so similar to that, but this time you can see here we are referring with this record. This record indicates the contact which is being created. So this record will be that record, and it should have the email value associated. So make sure when any record you want to refer, like in the plugin we are in the general standard plugin we are having target entity, right? So similar to that, if you want to refer the target entity and we can retrieve, we try to use something from that, we use similar way we use here this record. So this record will have those properties coming for this plugin, and then we can use it how we want to. So the concept is similar here, and then I've just selected the email template on the create one, which is nothing but this email template create one, and then in this email template I have defined the subject and then the body. So this is on create contact, and this is the subject, and this is the body for the email template. Next, here in this automated plugin, I have taken the event as created. So now you can see that currently only 3 events are specified: created, updated, and deleted. They are like associated, disassociate. Those events are not available as of now. So this is the very basic events are here. So I'll save this plugin. Now, once you will save it, it will be automatically running whenever I will create the new contact. So it will trigger for all the contacts whenever I will create it. So this is created successfully. Now I'll go to the uh, contact and add the new contact here. And the email value is something we have to provide. So I'll just going to give the test at dnlb.com, something like that. Okay, so I'm going to save it. After saving, you can see it is taking time because it will fire that plugin, so it takes time to save it. So once it is saved, then created, then the email will be sent. So we can check it from the email here. So I will refresh this event, and now you can see just now this has been created, this email, which is coming from the created event. So this is created here. Okay, on send to this email, which is from the user, which is nothing but my login account user, and then this is the body of the email and subject of the email. So like this, we can configure the automated plugin here in the low-code plugin. So there are a lot of things we can do. So always whenever we are having the some simple or complex scenario which we can try to convert into the low-code plugin, so it is always benefited to add those things into the low-code instead of writing the JavaScript or going for the other approach. So try to convert all your logic as much to the server side because their retrieval and the operations will be very fast. So as while implementing any logic, anything, if you find this scenario can be achieved through the low code, then go for that. So this is where it will help you a lot, and it will make your logic more secure, and it will prevent the unauthorized access to your data also. So I hope this video was useful to you, and thank you for watching this video, guys.